It must have been sometime in 2014 I bought this game on a whim. It was called Project Zomboid. I didn't know anything about it, just that it was a zombie survival game. But what I got was something way deeper. It wasn't just about the undead, it was about what the world looks like after everything is gone. It was about the quiet, though, the tension, the weight of every single choice. Now, I've spent over 8,700 hours in this game. That's more than a full year of my life, at least close to it. And I'm still playing it, still streaming it, and still learning new things about it. So, this video is a tribute to the game that's followed me through so many chapters of my life. I look at how it's grown, how I've grown, and why, after more than 10 years, it still matters. When I first started playing, we were on build 28. If you remember that, you're probably a veteran like me. There were no vehicles, no fancy foraging system, and combat was rough. Swing, miss, panic. The interface looked like it came from a school project, and the zombies, they were creepy in their simplicity. I remember the first house I ever looted. It was quiet. Too quiet, you could say. I broke the window, climbed in, and suddenly, the alarm went off. I didn't even know houses could have alarms. Within seconds, the streets outside were packed. I tried to hide in the bedroom, no weapon, bleeding from the glass, and that was my first death on day one. But even then, it clicked. This game didn't want you to win. It wanted you to earn every second you stayed alive. And that feeling of being vulnerable, figuring it all out, it was like nothing else I've ever played. After that, the game started evolving, slowly, but with real intention. Build 30 added proper generators. That changed base building entirely. Suddenly, fridges worked again. Lights came back on. You had to think about fuel storage, and noise, and safety. With Build 32, that brought sprinters. That update was terrifying, but fun and awesome. You'd gotten so used to the slow crawl, then suddenly you had to check your back every time you left the house. Panic became a part of the game's meta with Build 32. With Build 34, that let us sleep in multiplayer. That seems small now, but back then, it opened the door for long-term multiplayer survival, real pacing, and also a chance for some real role-playing. With Build 38, vehicles, and that was massive. Roads meant something now. You could plan scavenging runs, you could escape the hordes, even run over a few zombies, and feel the real weight of the car as you did it. The world got so much bigger. But Build 41? That was game-changing. New animation system, combat overhaul, weather, sprinters, stamina. It didn't feel like a modded indie product anymore. It started to feel like a vision was being realized. And the best part? Through every update, they never lost that core tension, that feeling that any moment could be your last. Over the years, I've played so many characters, built so many bases, tried so many strategies. There's this one run, I set up my base at the edge of Rosewood. Had a small garden, a rain barrel, bookshelf organized by skill. I lasted 2 months. Then I got cocky, took a trip to March Ridge, and never made it back. Another time I survived in the woods for over 100 days. No power, no cars, just me, traps, and the trees. It was quiet. Some might say, too quiet. And then there were the multiplayer runs. The chaos, friends shooting while you were still looting, one guy always opening doors way too fast. The first time that we found a car, immediately wrapped it around a light post. which is still something I do quite often, still, to this day. I've had moments of panic, moments of peace, and everything in between. And it's never the same story twice. That's what makes Project Zomboid special. It's not just what happens, it's how you deal with it. Who you become when the world has ended. The community around this game? That is unmatched. People get creative. They tell stories. They make mods that add depth, danger, and flavor. I streamed this game for years, and the people who show up, the ones who've been there for my best and worst deaths, you've made this game feel bigger than it is. Some of you remember my best survivor better than I do. You watched me rage, you watched me break, you've helped me rebuild. And whether you dropped by just to say hi, or sticking around for the long haul, you're part of this world now too. It's not just a zombie game, it's a shared experience, a living, breathing thing built by players who care. So, here we are, 2025. It's been more than a decade since I first launched this game. Over 8,700 hours later, it still surprises me, it still humbles me, and I still believe its best days are ahead and yet to come. NPCs are coming, new maps, new mechanics, new ways to die, new ways to survive. And I want you to come along for the ride. Let's explore it together. Let's break it, fix it, mod it, master it, and tell new stories that only Project Zomboid can offer. If you ever survived a single night in Knox County, you know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't yet, welcome. You're gonna love the suffering. Hit that like button, drop a comment with your best death or favorite build, subscribe if you want more stories from the game that refuses to die. I'll be here, streaming, surviving, and loving every minute of it. Thanks for being a part of my journey. I'll see you out there. And until then, take care of yourself and each other. Thank you so much for watching.